Hey guys, decided to go for a walk, make a little video, send a message, because it's on my heart. All glory to the Father. Thank you, Jesus, for making the ultimate sacrifice. Time's short. Time is short. I don't know if you guys noticed what's going on in the world, but we're in the last days. All the signs are here. We're in the last generation before things get really bad. When all the nations surround Israel, Jesus said, you know, we're in the last days, and you know, sons against fathers, mothers against daughters. Disrespectful. This generation, so disrespectful. Most likely the worst. But I mean, if you haven't woke up and seen the signs of the times, I forget what Olympic Games. It wasn't Olympic Games, but there was a World Games a few years ago. They brought out a giant bull as to reference to Baal, which is one of their ancient gods of child sacrifice. Fast forward that, there's been many other events too. There was the Brazil festival a few years ago where they mocked Jesus, and God will not be mocked. He will not. He doesn't play. He's very loving, but he's not gonna take disrespect like that. And giant flood went through after that. Giant flood went through Brazil. You know, fast forward to the Olympics, and part of their thing is they put it right in your face, like you're too stupid to notice, and many people are, and that's the sad thing. So I mean, look what they did. They mocked the Last Supper and had nothing but trannies, and then they had kids on the stage. And if you look at the candles, we know what the number is, the mark of the beast. You know, because in Revelations, it tells us it's, 3 6s. I don't even want to say it. And if you look at the picture, each candle is a 6, and there's 3 of them. Where, at the Olympics. So, and then all the power went out. All the power went out. All but that church. But, so it's just sick. And then they're putting the men to beat up women in the sports, What has the world that says when bad is considered good and good is considered bad, you're in the last days. And many people are brainwashed, like, oh, it's a woman. Biologically, the scientists said so. They did, right? Yeah. How's that working out? It's like, why doesn't any trans men that were women, why don't they go play in men's sports? Because they're not stupid. So there's a calling, and no matter what happens to you in your life, and life's not fair. If it was fair, what would be the You know, if it wasn't hard, what would be the purpose? To build, you know, how are you going to build yourself? How are you going to build your spirit? You know, right here, we have a choice. We can either worship or be with the dragon, or we could suffer and choose the Son of Man. And God doesn't, his promises, he does not lie. And many people take momentary gains over everlasting life. So there's a great calling. There's a great calling, and you've seen in even in I believe it was Iraq. It said desert springs will rise up. There was a desert spring that rose up in Iraq like crazy, like a river. You know, the Euphrates River will dry up, and the Euphrates River is pretty much dried up. That's another prophecy, and it goes a little bit further, but I'm not going to get into that. But if you have hatred in your heart, you know, and what it is really just burdens you. If you have you know, murder in your heart or whatever, just forgive them, and come to Christ, because he is the Son of Man, and he willingly made the ultimate sacrifice for all these people. And look how they treat them. You see, I don't care. People probably say, hey man, you look like a fool, laugh at me or whatever. I don't care. I'm there for them. If they don't want to hear the message, if they don't want to receive, that's up to them. You know, when you start talking about Yeshua, Jesus, it's the same person. People get angry. They get so angry. Their inner demons come out and want to attack you. Well, every tree is known by its fruit. If it's a bad fruit, usually it's the roots. You know, if it's good fruit, it's gonna have good roots. So come to Christ. He is love. He is the truth. Nobody gets to the Father except through Christ. Ask him in your heart, and I promise you, if you're sincere, he'll change things.